So you've got laminate floors, right? And maybe they're starting to look a little, well, a little tired, a bit scuffed up. And that little DIY voice in your head starts whispering, what if I just gave them a quick sand and a fresh coat of varnish? It seems so simple, so smart. But today, we're going to bust that myth wide open.
I mean, it's a super tempting idea, isn't it? You see a problem, a dull, scratched-up floor, and you immediately think of a classic fix. You've seen it on home improvement shows 100 times with hardwood. But is laminate the same thing? That's the big question we're tackling.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Seriously, before you even think about plugging in that sander, before you even crack open a can of polyurethane, just stop. This is one of those DIY ideas that feels so right, but goes so wrong. Okay, let's just get right into it. The answer you'll get from every single flooring expert, every contractor, every manufacturer is a loud, clear no. And this isn't just their opinion. It's because of what the floor is actually made of. Trying this doesn't just fail to fix your floor, it flat out ruins it.
And this quote from flooring contractor James Miller just hits the nail on the head. It doesn't restore it, it ruins it. And here's the key phrase. You'd be sanding away the illusion of wood. That's the secret. You're not sanding a solid piece of timber, you're sanding a picture. And trust me, what's underneath that picture is not pretty.
So to really understand why this is such a colossal mistake, we kind of have to look under the hood. We need to break down what laminate flooring actually is, because it's probably not what you think it is. You really have to get this fundamental difference. Hardwood is, well, it's solid wood. You can sand it down and you know what's underneath? More wood. Simple. But laminate, it's a whole different ballgame. It's a composite, a carefully engineered sandwich that was never ever designed to be taken apart with a sander.
So here's that sandwich I was talking about. At the very top, you've got a tough but incredibly thin protective wear layer. Right below that is a photograph. And I'm not kidding, it's a high-resolution picture of wood grain. That's the part you see and think is wood. And all of that sits on a core of compressed fiberboard.
So you can see where this is headed, right? A sander will tear through that top layer in seconds. It will literally shred the photograph, the very thing that makes your floor look like a floor, and expose that fiberboard core. This core is like a sponge for moisture and has zero durability on its own. You've just turned a worn-out floor into a completely ruined one. Okay, you might be thinking, fine, no sanding, but what if I just go straight to the varnish? Well, that's also a bad idea. That top wear layer on laminate is non-porous. Varnish needs to soak in just a little bit to really bond to a surface. On laminate, it just sits on top like oil on water. It's going to look patchy, it's going to feel weird, and pretty soon it's going to start to peel and chip and look 1,000 times worse.
All right, enough about what not to do. Let's pivot and talk about what you can do. Because there are definitely safe, effective ways to bring back some shine and hide that wear and tear without destroying your floor in the process.
This is the real question, isn't it? Your floor is looking tired and you need a real solution. So what's in your toolbox if the sander and the can of varnish have to stay on the shelf?
Okay, so here's your actual toolkit. First, there are polishes and cleaners made specifically for laminate's non-porous surface. For minor issues, things like scratch-removing wax sticks are fantastic. Think of them like a Band-Aid on a scrape, a really quick and surprisingly effective fix. And of course, never underestimate the power of a really thorough, deep clean and buff.
But what if the damage is a bit more than just a few scuffs? You need to know when a simple repair is going to cut it and when it might be time to consider a full replacement. It's all about learning to read the signs your floor is giving you.
And these are the big red flags to look for. Are you seeing deep gouges that go past that image layer? Is there really obvious fading in the hallways or in front of the couch? Are the edges of the planks starting to peel up or lift? Or worse, any swelling or bubbling? That's moisture damage, and that is a sign of deep trouble.
This is the perfect way to think about it. Trying to fix deep gouges or swelling with a little wax stick. Yeah, that's like putting a Band-Aid on a broken bone. You're not addressing the real problem. In those cases, spending time and money on temporary fixes is just a losing battle. Replacement becomes the much smarter long-term investment. Okay, and finally, let's talk about prevention. Whether your floor is brand new or you've just managed to revive it, a little bit of smart maintenance can dramatically extend its life and keep it looking good.
This simple routine really makes all the difference. Number 1, keep it clean. Dirt and grit literally act like fine grit sandpaper over time. 2, use protective pads on your furniture. This is just non-negotiable. 3, wipe up spills immediately. Remember that fiberboard core? It hates water.
And 4, please avoid harsh chemicals. Just stick to the cleaners that say they're made for laminate. It's the definition of a stitch in time saves 9.
And that right there is really the main takeaway from all of this. Laminate flooring is a fantastic, really durable product, but it's got its own set of rules. You have to understand what it is, a layered composite, and use the right tools for the job. You got to work with it, and if you do, it will look great for years.
So go take a look at your own floors. Now that you know what to look for, and more importantly, what not to do, you can make a really smart decision. Is your floor just asking for a good clean and polish, or is it sending up those red flags that signal it might be time for a fresh start? The choice is yours.